Alright, folks, welcome back. We are inside the stash once again. We're going to take a look at the most recent Hobbylink Japan box that has come in. I am so far behind on what I have received with not making videos for the other channel. Unfortunately, in the decision to close down the other channel, I deleted all of the other videos from that channel. And I don't know where I left off at in terms of what the last video I did as far as the content goes. But this is the most recent stuff, so I know for a fact that since this only came in about a week ago, I haven't talked about it. This kit right here is the Japanese domestic market release of the new BMW 320i E46. If you watched our kit review that we did coming back sort of into the channel a few weeks ago, this is that kit that we talked about with the 3D seatbelts being the option added in this, again, JDM basically only release of this kit. Won't labor into this because we've got a 54-minute video of this if you want to see it in depth, but I picked up two of these. Again, if you watch the entirety of that video, first of all, bless you for doing it, but second of all, you know that I need a couple more of these as it stands, so picking up two of these was just sort of a, hey, this is a neat little gimmick, let's see what this looks like in real life, and we need the kits anyway, so we picked that up, and that was part of it. Also included in this shipment was this new release. This was a end of January release at Hasegawa, and this is just a reissue of the existing BMW 318i that they did for the 1993 season, 1994 season in JTCC. This is the British Touring Car Championship livery, and it is the championship livery for the Team Schnitzer cars. They have done a different kit in the past, which was known as the Team Schnitzer BMW 318i BTCC Champion. However, it wasn't actually the championship car. It was the car that was raced next season in 1994, at the very beginning of the season before the cars got the aero package that puts the front lip on and the rear spoiler, stuff like that. So it is a car that exists. It's just not the actual car that won the championship. It was a weird thing that Hasegawa did there, but it was a reissue of a kit that existed back when these were brand new in the mid-1990s, so perhaps the research wasn't done at the time, which is kind of even weirder, but be whatever that may be, this fixes that problem, I should say, with giving you the Winkelhock and Soper cars for the 1993 BTCC Championship season. The contents here, we're not going to do a kit review of this right now. Contents here are the standard 318i. We just want to pop the decals out of the bottom here, take a look closer at what you get. In terms of the decal sheet, this is, sort of the printed decals that they've been doing recently, where this is not a cartograph sheet. Pretty good, decent gold on this. It's not gold foil like it would be in real life. If you have like the original, what am I trying to think of here? I'm doing this real quick in the morning when I go home from work. The B-Max kits, the B-Max M3s have the gold foil seals for this. If you get some of the decal pool versions for this car in its later iterations, they have gold foil seals. There's a Studio 27 decal sheet for this specific car that, again, also has the gold foil decal sheets. So if you're trying to get a better set of Warsteiner logos, they exist out there. This does do everything as far as the checkerboard pattern for the back of the car, so there's no additional painting required. It is just a matter of painting the car white and letting the decals do the rest of the work. And again, this is a team car, so the 22 and the 6 would be Steven Soper. Without looking it up right this instant, I believe he finished second in the 1993 standings, or perhaps third, but it was these guys both did real well that season. Obviously, Winkelhock winning the championship, but that, again, like I said, it's a brand new set of decals. You get the window masks included. You got these god-awful reverse transfer tire decals included, and then, like I said, the rest of this is just kit contents that you would expect to find anywhere. This is an officially licensed BMW product, and the other side of the box is just pictures of the built model, not pictures of the actual race car. So there is that. One other thing we picked up, and this is just another pile for the stash, and that is picked up another copy of the Mercedes AMG kit by Tamiya. I with James Tester over Scale Model Experiment doing his whole strictly box stock group build of this kit. I didn't need to buy one for that. I clearly already have 16 of these. This would be, yes, literally number 17. We sat down and we're talking about the decal options one day, because being that the theme of his whole group is strictly box stock, I can't put the endurance or the sprint lights I need to put into for a bunch of the liveries that I really would have liked to have done. Que sera, it is what it is. So with this being a specific set of headlights, and the endurance lights, don't really need to put the endurance lights in, but the endurance lights ran this twin projector rather than the LED lights that the sprint runs, it limited me to a certain set of decals for this. And not that I'm complaining, but I was just, in the conversation, I counted up and I saw that I have 27 liveries to do for the endurance, and I only have 17 model kits, which puts me 10 model kits short of all the decals that I have just for this spec of the car. And that doesn't include the other, like, 30-odd sheets I have for the Sprint Series car. So this was in stock. I have not yet bought my lifetime limit of these, which is 20 at HLJ. And a bunch of the ones I have didn't come from HLJ anyway, so I think I've got like 6 or 7 more of these I could buy whenever I see them in stock. Grab them. They're still, they're still a relatively cheap kit considering, and eventually they're going to go out of production, and then they'll be like $100 a piece. But yeah, I'm sure you guys have all seen one of these before. Officially licensed Mercedes product. Your luxury cars, always holographic decals. But yeah, so I grabbed another one. The last model kit, per se, at least injection molded, is this. This is the brand new release, again, Tamiya, of the 2021 Subaru BRZ. So, you may recall that there is a Toyota 86 Gazoo Racing version of this as well. That'll be in another video as I go backwards into the things I've gotten over the course of the last few months. I think really November was the last time I did one of these videos, so I've gotten quite a bit since then. As you might imagine, hoarding hoarder over here. Side of it here gives you a couple different color options with the World Rally Blue, Ice Silver Metallic, a white car on this side. I think it's a white crystal, yeah, it's a white pearl in this the Subaru, but I believe in the Toyota it's that matte white that they used to run in the earlier versions. Now, this kit, whoops, didn't mean to hit the camera, but this kit, as you can see here, is molded in blue for the BRZ. The 86 is molded in white. I am going to, at some point in the near future, do a review of sort of both of these kits, because the differences between the two of them are very minor. And so one kit review will sort of cover both. We'll just be like, hey, look, this is blue again, to remind you folks. But yeah, it's the original 2012 BRZ and 86 were pretty nice kits in terms of just being, Tamiya-like quality. But yeah, this is the new one. And there's going to be body kits for these coming in the aftermarket. Not so much for the BRZ, although it will fit this kit as well because they're the same car. But there's Fugu Garage going to do some. Looks like Hobby Design is going to do some. I'm sure other people will do some, as far as like the Pandem and Speed Hunters and all the other different body kits that will be made for this car. So that's something to consider when you're purchasing these. You might need 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Again, depending on how much aftermarket you want to get into. And the last thing was in this most recent release, other than that set of license plates I showed you in the other video, is this Modeler's resin. So, wasn't the last thing, but this is technically a model kit, but it's also not a plastic one. So this represents the 2020 Honda 660, the Alpha series, which is the mid-grade model of this. There's a higher grade, more sporty version. Modelers did a S660 in the past when the car came out. 2020, the car got a mild revision, different front lights, different front grille, different wheels. I think there might be a couple of interior differences that are done with decals. You guys who follow this channel forever know what these look like inside, but we'll pop the top off for the new folks. And yeah, this is what you get. The as I call the well-organized resin. Looks like one of those things you get a box of chocolates in, right? Body, interior, chassis are in here. Your wheels are not cast in black resin for a change. Usually these are, but yeah, we got rubber black paint. I have taken some of the stuff out. The wheels do fit the tires pretty much. Some of them are looser than others, but it's, within the tolerances of, assembly. And, the dashboard fits, the seats fit. I've fit the lights, the glass all fits in. We'll pull this up and out of here. We're not going to take those parts out because I don't want them running all over the floor, but sort of give you an idea what these instructions look like if you've never seen them before. You get a little parts layout up here, a layout of your decal sheet, layout of your PE, which on this is pretty basic, just sort of some brake rotors, speaker faces, and things of that nature. This is telling you make sure you know which handed your seats are, because the seats look pretty much identical, but they do have the power seat things on the side for mounting. Those go to the outside. You've got some Mylar chrome pieces, and then you've got the window glass, an axle, some screws, and then you have some metal sort of chromish decals in here, which we'll show you here in a second. And then the back side of it here gives you a little bit of some build instructions on how to put the assemble the parts together. Then your inside gives you a layout of sort of a color call out along with all the external decal placements. Up here is your color options of the real car with the paint codes. So if you want to see if you can get the folks over at Splash or whoever to make you some paint, you have that option. And then, that's pretty much it. Not a whole heck of a lot to assemble in this. Not a lot of parts. And then, here's your plastic your plastic-ish, your sheet, if you will, windshield with the black on it already. Your standardized decal sheet is in here. Most of they'll say these are for the seats, and then you have inserts for the door panels, license plates, and then some stuff for the dashboard. And, again, screws and axles. Your tiny sheet of PE, which, again, is vents or I should say, speaker grills and brake faces. And then you have your little Mylar for your mirrors. And then somewhere in all of this, here it is. It's the top of this bag. You have those are upside down. You have the, nope, they were right side up. How about that? You have the metal decals here. So you have the S660 logos, the Honda logos, and the little Honda logos for the center of the wheels. So, guys, that wraps up this shipment. This is what we received most recently from HobbyLink Japan. Now, if you're looking at this going, hey, there should be more Hasegawa kits than that, I know you. You buy every Hasegawa kit that's released. First of all, that's a lie. But second of all, we did ship early in Japan, or early in January, rather, because I actually had purchased my wife her birthday present. It was a World of Warcraft collectible from HobbyLink Japan, because it was what do they call it? Nender droids. And so that was a separate shipment, which we will go back and look at in a different video. But yeah, guys, that wraps this one up. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys on the other side.